Hello! How are you guys doing? It has been an awesome 4-day weekend for me. Hopefully you guys got a chance to relax. Did a lot of grading this weekend. A lot of work, a lot of time with family. It was nice. I also got a great video that I'm going to show you tomorrow, not today, because everybody needs to have a happy video on a test day, and tomorrow is a test day. You're taking a test for me tomorrow for Chapter 4, and here are the topics. By the way, the fun video tomorrow will be my kids dancing to... Well, actually, Penny took the video, and I didn't realize she was taking it, which is awesome. It's both her and Zandy, and it makes me laugh a lot. So hopefully it makes you laugh, too. Anyway, these are the test topics for Chapter 4. Remember, you have to have a note sheet, and you have to upload that sometime today to prove to me that you made one. You can use that. I realize you can probably use other notes as well, but just the process of making a note sheet really helps you study for the test and understand what you're doing. So please make sure that you do that. Okay, so here are the test topics. In 4.1, you had to be able to graph a line by making a table that's inputs and outputs, and make all those points and then draw a line through it. To find x and y-intercepts, to find an x-intercept, that's plugging in 0 for y and solving for x, and to find a y-intercept, it is plugging in 0 for x and solving for y, and then remember that you have to list the points. It's a point, not just a number. 4.1, let's see, we've also got graphing a line using x and y-intercepts, so that's just finding them first and then drawing a line through those 2 points. 4.2, finding a rate of change in a story problem. That means how fast something's changing. Also finding a slope using rise over run, and a slope using the formula y1 minus y2 over x1 minus x2. And finding a slope of a horizontal line and a vertical line. Horizontal lines have a slope of 0, and a vertical line has no slope. 4.3 is writing an equation of a line given a slope and a y-intercept. So if I give you a slope and a y-intercept, can you write me an equation for a line? Or just looking at a graph. So being able to see the slope of a graph and the y-intercept of a graph. Solving for y to make sure an equation looks like y equals mx plus b. And then graphing a line using y equals mx plus b equation. So if I just give you the equation, can you graph a line? 4.5 was determining whether a sequence is an arithmetic sequence. That means that you add or subtract something every time. Finding the next few terms in a sequence. Writing an equation for an arithmetic sequence using a of n plus or equals a sub 1 plus n minus 1 times d. This is definitely an equation I would put on my note sheet if I were you. And to be able to find a common difference. And for 4.6, it's just graphing a piecewise function, which is not just, because that's a really hard thing to do, but it is only one thing to do. So go ahead and pause the video right there if you want to write down any of this stuff so that you can make a note sheet and make it good. Make sure you submit it today. That's the only homework today, is just turning in a note sheet. Okay, the rest of the time we're playing Jeopardy! We're only doing one in each category. The categories are 4.1, 4.2, 4.3, 4.5, 4.6, and random. And of course, we're still doing a random problem, because why not? We need to. I'm just going to go in order. Each one of these is worth 600 points. So go ahead and give yourself 600 points if you get any of these right. And I totally think you should email me and tell me what your score is when you're done. If you want kudos, and I will give you kudos, that is for sure. So, here we go. For each problem on Jeopardy, all you need to do is pause on the problem and then try it yourself and then see me solve it and see how you do. I tried to pick 5 problems that were very similar to test problems for tomorrow to help give you a little bit of a review. So, play along. Here we go. Alright, 4.1. Go ahead and pause the video right there so that you can try it out. Alright, I'm assuming that you paused. So I've got to find the x and the y-intercepts of 2x minus 7y equals 14, and I've got to graph it. Okay. Excuse me. So Let's see. To find an x-intercept, I've got to plug in 0 for y. So I'm going to write my point already with 0 in there for y. And then I write out the equation. So that's 2x minus 7 times 0 equals 14. 7 times 0 is just 0, so that's 2x equals 14. If you divide by 2 on both sides, you get 7. So the first point is 7, 0. Okay, and then this is the x-intercept. To find the y-intercept, I'm going to plug in 0 for x, the opposite one. It's going to help me find the y-intercept. So that's 2 times 0 minus 7y equals 14. 2 times 0 is 0, so it's negative 7y equals 14. Divide by negative 7 on both sides, so y equals negative 2. So that is 0, negative 2 for the y-intercept. All right. Draw myself a quick graph. Y. And x. Let's see, x is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 7, 0 right there. And the y-intercept is negative 2, or 0, negative 2. And then you got to draw a straight line there. Let's see. There you go. Perfect. Did you get it right? Hope you did. If you didn't, then make sure that you correct it. Maybe put, this is a good idea to make a note sheet, you know. I'm sorry. Excuse me. The good way to make a note sheet is to copy down problems that you didn't get right in the first place and make sure that you have them when you take the test so that you can answer questions like this. All right, here comes 4.2. This one's not too bad. Find the slope between the points. Pause the video. Make sure you try it first. All right, here we go. So y1 minus y2, that's the rise over the run, which is x1 minus x2. So let's see, you can call either one of these points x1 and x2, but remember one of them is x1 and y1. It's a y1. And this one is x2 and y2. So y1 is 0 and y2 is 4. So x1 is 10 and x2 is negative 2. So that makes negative 4 over